Alright, so welcome back to Dunk's Code Traders App. Good morning everyone. I see Felix is already around. Good morning Felix, how are you? And everyone that is already tuned in. So without any further ado, you know the drill. We pray and then we get started with the analysis. Father, we thank you for today. Thank you for it is a Tuesday and we are ready here, Lord, ready to get started with the analysis, ready to make money as usual. We say thank you for yesterday's profits, and Lord, we know that even today it's going to be even better than yesterday. Thank you for profits once more, Lord, today, and we give you praise for it. We love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. So as usual, you know how we do this. We start with crash 500. Please, if you don't mind, you can send a link to someone that you want them to at least learn trading, or you want them to be a part of this. If they already know trading, to get involved with synthetic indices. And if they don't have an account, like I said, you can send them my link, which is in the description of this video, where I've said the broker that I use. That is a link that you can share with them, and they can be part of the synthetic indices. Be notified that when they do use my link, I will be gaining a little commission only when they make profits. Yeah, I'm not like a broker where they earn whether you're making money or not making money. So enough of the chit chat. Let's go to crash 500. So yesterday, let's start from yesterday. Yesterday we knew this, that we are continuing sales, and I am furious at myself that I didn't have this order block marked up by the time we analyzed. We wanted price to break this level and then to continue, then to give us a retest either there or here. It gave us a retest but did not reach that level. It only came back to this order block. That's where it reacted from. That's where we were supposed to make our entry from, right there, to continue with sales. And you can see after doing that, it went straight to hit the TP level, our first TP level, but also it went for the second level, and that is this other order block, or call it a confluence level right there. You can see from that level we have started to see some buys, and clearly looking at what you have on CCI on H4, we are oversold. So let's just go back a bit to H1. So now that we have already seen all this, we can delete everything right here, right there, and try to clear up the chart. Okay, this can go. This break of structure, okay, this is according to H4 of even, according to H4. According to daily, on the other hand, we are looking for buys, but we needed a retest. Where we needed a retest. Oh yes, I've remembered. According to the weekly, if price reacts back to this level, then this becomes an inverted heads and shoulder. That's why we have this move. If price reacts to this level, this becomes an inverted heads and shoulder. So already we had a change of character right here. According to daily time frame, we needed a pull back to this level. This level has a fair value gap right in here. So that's what we are waiting for. If price reacts to this fair value gap, continues to sell and reacts to that fair value gap, then we know we are having ourselves an inverted heads and shoulder, and your entry will be here for a good swing trade for days. Yeah, this would be a good swing trade for some good days or even weeks when it reacts from this level right here. So for now, let's get back to H4. So we have that on H4. This can be taken out. It was not respected. This can be taken out. Whatever was not respected can now be taken out. That up there is our resistance. So go back to H4. Now we have that. We know it is oversold, but then this was a break of structure. We are having no change of character, so that means we are continuing with sales. And we can confirm that when we go to M15. So M15, we just need to wait for the sales to begin once more. Then we'll be ready for the entry to continue with sales. So for now, no business with this. Let me anticipate where the retest could be. Okay, so I have this as a nearest fair value gap, but also I have this here as the one that holds the liquidity that we should be looking for, the one that matches with Fib retracement level. So anticipation is price to get there. I can easily, okay, this can remain also, because since it is on the breaker block, this is the breaker block level right there where price broke structure to give us a new lower low right down below here. So I can leave it as a breaker block, but also I can maintain up there, that one up there as our Fib retracement level, and then we can anticipate sales from there, because it has to get some liquidity to increase its momentum to break through this support right here. So that would be one, or right from the breaker block. So that's what we can anticipate today. Remember, I told you yesterday this is a channel, and I reminded you that channels, they signify continuation of the current trend, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and that is what is happening until it probably reaches this level where we want it to reach according to weekly time frame, and then we get into the buys from this level, and we know we will be following that as an inverted heads and shoulder pattern. All right, that is enough on Crash 500. Leave it on H1, and let's wait and see what is going to happen, probably like in the next H4 or around 3 p.m. when another H4 comes around. Maybe we may get started with sales around 3 or in the next H4. You never know. Let's wait and see. Boom 1000. I've talked a lot on Crash. Now let's put in some speed. We get to understand Boom 1000. Please let me know if there's any problem with my sound, so that we can work on it immediately. So Boom 1000, what happened yesterday? We knew this is what we wanted as a breaker block right there, but then there's also this order block. So I marked both of them. Price went to that, but also broke it, and that's where the challenge was. So I made even a loss there. I made a loss. I was waiting for sales right on this order block. It took me out, and then during the night it spiked and went all the way up there. So currently H1 says we are overbought, and we need to think of buys, but then I want to know, why did price go all the way up there? Why did it do that? What was it looking for? Okay, it was retesting that trend line level, but also there was a fair value gap according to daily. So if I can delete that, delete everything within here, delete that, delete all that. I want it clear now. And that, so looking at daily, there's a fair value gap on daily time frame right there, and one can say that's where price actually broke structure from, or according to daily time frame. So price reacted back all the way back there according to daily time frame, and that was today morning. And as we can see, it reacted back all the way there and it started to sell immediately. So the previous H4 is what you see that tapped into that, and clearly you will see an order block on H4 right there, and then price started to get into sales. If we come back to H1, yeah, we are selling, but I'm not convinced to make an entry. I will be convinced if price reacts back to this fair value gap or to the order block above, there. So there are two ways, but I will leave the fair value gap here. But you know that price can come back to that order block or to the fair value gap, and we get started with our sell momentum, from there or from here in the fair value gap. So those are our 2 points of entry that I can wait for me to be able to look for sales. All right, enough of that. Let's now head over to Boom 500. Now, Boom 500, what happened to it? Yes, the sales. I told you we will be looking for sales, and when it happened, those who are on VIP signals, I shared that signal for the sell. It first went in as it was consolidating, but then late in the night, look at what happened. It became consistent and sold. Up to now, it is still selling. Yeah, so congrats to that. I think I did not enter on this account. I entered it on the other account. Yeah, so congrats to those that made money. Let's see if it has hit that TP already. We wanted it to hit that TP, not yet. It is giving us a break of structure according to H1 and H4. Okay, so right, that is where we are having a break of structure right there according to H1 and H4. So now I can delete everything right here. Delete. All right, so first go back to to D1. D1, we knew that is happening, so we are seeing that as a continuation of the previous trend. That sell, we needed to come to this as our TP level. So how are we going to trade it today? So head back to H4, H1, H4. Okay, weird. H1, okay, H1 is still selling. M15, We have a break of structure, so it's making like a pullback. It's going to continue selling, but with low momentum. So it's going to be a crazy one. Don't tell me I've deleted the tip. Okay, it's still there. So according to H1, it's going to continue selling, but with low momentum. It's going to continue selling, but with low momentum. Yeah, we can say according to weekly we need it to reach here, so at least we can get into some buys. We are seeing a break of structure on the daily time frame right here. But then that doesn't mean we can't see a retracement. This was on H4, but then on daily, did we see any? Not really. We may see one retracement on the daily time frame, but that can happen either tomorrow. Yeah, that can happen, I think, tomorrow. This was yesterday, and then we came in with sales like that. So Sunday and half of yesterday we were buying, then we sold yesterday half and some of it today. And we should be, yeah, we're going to continue selling, but with low momentum until we are oversold on H1. It's going to be a tricky one. So something like this, I don't normally get myself into it. I rather leave it until it gives me what I'm waiting for, what I'm looking for. So for now, I can't use that as a lower low, but I can anticipate it as being a lower low for now. But it's not yet done. It's not, this candle hasn't closed yet, so that's why it's not advisable to use it as your current low. But I can just anticipate, just in case it is used, and I look for something like that in between there to be something I can work with. And looking at that, I have fair value gap on H4. Price can react to that, this from this to that, but I'm going to be interested in that level between 50 and 38.2. That's the one I have marked, so that's what I'll be interested in. All right, I think that's enough on CCI. I mean on Boom 500. That is enough there. Let's now get to V25S. Please, Boom 500. It's a no-go for me. I can't trade it right now. Until it gives me something, a better structure that I can work with. V25 oneness. Okay, this we also made a loss. I think we entered too early. Yeah, around here. The analysis was price reacts to this order block and then we get into sales. So it reached it. According to M15, we started to see some reaction there, a lot of it, and that's where we entered. Yeah, that's where we entered. From here we made an entry, and then it took us out. I told the guys on the VIP that if price breaks this high, then you know you don't have to keep in it. Just take your losses and then move on. Yeah, so we took our losses right there when it broke this level, and then it went all the way up for that level. So this one we made a loss right there, right here. But then when it came all the way there, we saw what happened. This was late around 9, I think. 7, 8, 9. Yes, around 9 it started to sell, but of course you know how we do it. We don't just enter. So I marked and waited for that, and that's when I slept. So it had not, by the time I slept, it had not given me this or that, but I wanted it to come all the way there and get my entry to actually sell this. So according to what we see, it gave us a break of structure. It gave us a break of structure right there. So I want to go to H1 and understand if it is a clean break of structure. H1, let's see, that's a break of structure. First delete this. Delete all this for now. Need it clean. So this was a break of structure. This is H1. Let me go to H4. So H4, this is where we had our change of character. Price has gone all the way back there. So I can use this level right there as my point of interest. Yes, I know up there I have some resistance that I'm not using it currently. I'm not going to be using it currently. Price reacted to this order block on H4, and clearly you see we wanted that retest because price had already reached the retracement of CCI. That's why we saw the retracement, and now we should be getting into sales. But are we supposed to be doing that? Yes, even according to daily, we have the signal right there, right here, right there, you see it. But I want to remind you of one thing, that we had this pattern, and we all know that this pattern has to give us a continuation of the previous trend, and this is the move that we're supposed to be seeing to push us all the way to that level. So what are we seeing currently? That's where the confusion comes in. If I go to weekly, I see that we need sales. Then what is happening here? We will get to it. We will get to it. We will get to it. That is a strong resistance up there. I deleted it, but it is up there. And according to daily, it was broken through. But was it a fake breakout, or it was a real breakout? Okay, we will understand that in the next coming hours. When price decides to sell, then we will know that we know price is going to be selling to bring us right here, right there, and that's where probably we can anticipate our buys to come in to give us this very move that we need right here. This very move to take us at least there. So for now, what do I do today? Go to H4. H4, okay, a new candle has just started, 11 a.m. We are now 3 minutes past 11. Need something that can actually, okay, H4 we are selling, but we are not yet selling on H1, so it means consolidation is ahead. If I go to M15, I see that. So it means consolidation is ahead. This is a support right there. I can mark it out, but then I can also mark out this as my trend line. So price can keep, it's likely to keep praying within those range, this kind of range, until we are ready to sell. This is likely to come all the way there, and then we get into some sales. We get into some sales. Let's delete that. And we get into some sales. So for now, I have no business with V25S. I just have to wait for a clean entry, but it doesn't mean that if price comes back here and I have a good entry, I don't make the buy. No, I will do that. I will clearly do that. So I have to just keep waiting on the right time. Delete everything right there, go to M15, H1 I mean, and wait. Let's wait. H1, if H1 gets there, I would actually suggest that you wait for H1 to bring us all the way up there, and then you can enter your sales, because we are looking for sales on H4, on daily, and even on the weekly time frame we are looking for sales. So it will be better for you to look for sales rather than buys. All right, enough of that. Let's now head over to V75. Okay, V75, we made, did I share it? Did I give this signal to the VIP? I don't remember. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I gave it, but we made a lot of money here. We knew this was the analysis yesterday. This was, we wanted the pullback there. I mean, continuation. And once we saw the break of structure, even on that, then we wanted a pullback to such a level. It didn't come all the way to the order block, but it came near it, and that was enough for us to actually make our entry. So this was a move right there. So I first sold it here, first sold that, I first entered that sell to all the way here, took my profits. Then when reaching here, I made entries for the buy. And this was a buy entry right here, and this was another entry that I entered after price broke out of this falling wedge. That was another entry, and I took my profits right there, and that was it. I called it a day right there. So right about now, let's look at what is happening. So this was a TP right there. Remember why I had given you that. Let me first stop doing that, just delete those two. Remember why I had given you that. This was the reason here. From here, from where? Yes, this was the first TP right there. I mean, this was the second TP from there, and clearly we have hit it right there. This was the first TP right here, and we hit it also right there. So all our levels of TP were hit, and that's the reason why you're seeing we are now overbought. We are looking at sales according to H1. According to MH4, we have hit the resistance. That is a strong resistance, and that's the reason why we are looking for sales again. So get to delete all that. This was not respected, so delete everything right there. This we can keep, this can go, yeah, this we can keep because price never touched it. So I can say that the sale is likely to come there and then get us into sales. This is where the buy momentum became stronger, then retested. Actually, it gave us a break of structure here, then it retested, gave us another sort of break of structure right there, and like that. So this could be our clean point of interest that we can anticipate. This one was taken out. We don't have anything right here, so this is the only point of interest left back where price can actually react back to, and then we can get enough momentum to break this resistance level according to H4. You know, daily time frame we actually still looking for sells. That's a weird thing. That's a weird thing. According to price action, when we first understand price action here, this is a change of character, then high, low, high, then came all the way, tested that level, then we started to buy. So why are we still looking for price to come down below here? Oh, there's an order block. There's an order block. What? Okay, so we have an order block on weekly time frame. That's why we had this this move to get a pullback all the way to the weekly order block. Then we can look for buys to take us all the way up. All right, so that is now a bit clear. Delete that. H1, we've said we are selling, but we are not ready for the sales. Are we ready? Let's see. M15. Oh yes, we were actually, according to M15, we were ready to enter that sell. We were ready to enter that sell. Yeah, I've made my entry right there. I'll be looking for TP just around here, probably. If I can get that, that will be enough. Yeah. Why have I entered here? This is a reason. This was a change of character on M15. This was a pullback candle right there. It is a bit clear on M5. That is a structure I've looked for every other time. That is the reason why I've entered there. Pullback there, but it can again make another pullback to come at least for this fair value gap. So if you can wait, then you can have a clean entry. But I've already entered. If it does go back all the way there, I can make another entry and then be in with two positions. But my first position is right here. Now the reason why it is doing that pullback is because of this confluence. But this is a weak support, so it won't take long before it breaks it. So don't worry about it. Let's wait and see what happens. Down below here, there's another confluence level. Yeah, we'll wait and see what happens there. But now my sell is locked in. I'm looking for the sell to bring me here. But if it makes another pullback, I will keep adding in more entries, because we know that we are going to sell this to come all the way here. All right, enough of V75. Let's now get into jump 50. Jump 50, what happened? So yesterday, of course, I told you I was already I was already in sales. Yes, I was already in sales. So I closed some of the sales. Let me remember here. Oh, it is on the other account. So I closed some of the sales that were around here in profits. So I left in 2. When it came back, I also closed them, but it kept playing within here. You can clearly see. So now I can easily change this and put it right there, way up there. So for now, get back to H1. Look at what we have. Price is above our 10 MA, but we have a structure that can be clear even on M15. This is a structure. Always use current data, not previous data, when you are using trend lines. So I can see that. So it tells me that price is still in a buy trend. We already know that. So this is your move. That is your move right there. That is your move right there. It is in a buy trend, but for you to have a clear entry, you want it to react there, then it does something like this, does something like that. Around there it fails to go all the way down, either there or to the order block. So let me mark the order block just in case it reacts to the order block. Then you make your entry from there, from here, from that order block entry, to push for that buy there. So that is how I will be looking for a trade on jump 50. Only that, and we will be in the trade. Please, this is when I can tell you that don't forget to give us a thumbs up, and of course if you have never subscribed to this channel, it's the first time here, go ahead and subscribe. Let us build a traders community together. All right, jump 25. Let's look at jump 25. We have one more asset to go. We still have about 13 minutes. So jump 25, what did we see? We knew that we were going to continue with the sell, but yes, of course, I made the entry when it reacted here. I made that entry, but it did not hit the TP that I needed. The TP that I had calculated right from there did not come through. I wanted to take my TP right here. So I kept holding, and then it took me out in profits, then tried to enter again when it reacted to this fair value gap, but again it was playing around, so it took me out again, and the profits I had made here were taken right there, so it's like I broke even. So that's how this went crazy on jump 50, jump 25. So enough of all that, let's now take off everything that we cannot use right now, and so take off everything right there. Let's look at what we have. Let's go to H1. All right, break of structure, came here, failed to give us a lower low. Now it has tried to go back there. This can be taken as a change of character, and clearly we see price has reacted to that order block, which is a significant thing right there. And then after reacting to that, the buys started. According to H4, we are not yet ready for the buys. Then why? What is happening with this asset? Okay, let's try to delete that. Delete also that. We know that is a break of structure, so it probably was coming to the breaker block. Okay, what point of interest is left back up there that price has to look for? According to H1, I don't see any. I don't see any. It only tells us that, wait a minute, H4, where is that? Is it coming to this order block? I think so. I think so. Remember, we wanted price to react to this, grab the liquidity on this fair value gap, then continue with buys. That is what we analyzed. According to H4, we are still looking for buys, so what is happening? It is having low momentum, so if you're trading it, you need to be careful. And according to M15, I see we are overbought. We are overbought according to CCI. So if price fails to break this, then it is going to come down into some sales, probably back here, then again enters buys to reach that level right there. So this is going to be a crazy one, but as of now I have no entry, I have no clean structure that I can use to make to conclusively rely on. So I wouldn't advise anyone to trade this asset for now. Just to wait a little bit more for a clear structure. We may see some consolidation right here or breakout, react to this fair value no order block on H1, and then but it has already reacted to it, so it's likely not to come back. It has already grabbed that liquidity on that order block, so we don't need this, or we can use it as a support, but I don't think it will be able to come back. It is likely to pray within here as a range, then later it will break it and continue with the buys to reach that. I doubt it will come all the way back to this order block. I doubt it will. Alright, so that is enough on jump 25. I won't be focusing on it at all right now. I won't be focusing on it. Let's go to our last asset, which is jump 10, and we call it a day. Jump 10. The sell, I gave out this signal of the sell to the VIP, this very sell right here. We sold this from right here to reach this level. To reach this, there's a fair value gap, I think, in between here, yeah, to reach around that level. That's when we sold it. We sold it all the way from there. So congrats to those who are on VIP for making that money, those who made the entry. Now we can delete everything right there. We saw that price reacted back to that and then started to sell, went back up again, started to sell. So we know that we have some resistance right up here. We need some more sells to grab liquidity from this level, but is it ideal? Let's go to M15. What is happening? M15, we need buys, but we are not yet given a clear way yet. We don't have a clear way yet. Let's try to make sense of this. Like I always tell you, if you're looking for a signal that you can take on as your trade, you want to always look for simple, easy to see structures. You don't have to force it. The reason why I try to make sense of everything here, I need to know and make a plan ahead. So it tells me that price has to still come there. It hasn't reached 50% of that fair value gap, so it has to get back to that level. So we can actually make an entry for the buy. Let's see, can we now? I think we can, but our stop loss will be here, so I don't have to wait. Our stop loss will be here, will be there, and I'll be looking for my TP all the way there. But you can first take your TP around this trend line as we are still consolidating. That will be your first TP, and your second TP will be all the way up there. So this is a scalp trade. We are looking for that buy to reach there, and then we can come in with sales again. I have my limit order waiting for the buys here, but it's likely to actually even go a bit low according to what I'm seeing right here. This is another point of interest on H1, so it's likely to bring this move right there to take us all the way there. You can see almost will be bringing us all the way there, or even to this fair value gap. So for now, I have no business. Okay, I have one business. That's that entry that I've made for the buy, and I'll be waiting for that to come through. So enough of this. Let's now do the recap, and we call it a day. Let's do the recap. So we started with crash 500. We want price. Okay, it has reached that level, but it's not convincing. So I can't enter sales yet. But I think we can look for a buy. Yeah, when it's done reacting here, we can look for a short buy to reach those levels, either this level and you take a profit, or keep holding and look for that level. So we can actually look for buys when it's done retesting, and I think it may be having an entry right now. Let's see, we're having an entry now. I believe we are. Should be having an entry here for the buys. Let's wait for this M15 to close and another one to start. We can see if we can make that entry for the buy. M15 is not yet ready, so let's wait. M5 I mean. Boom 1000. We wanted a pullback there, then we can enter a sell, so we wait for that. This is going to be a good sell for all of us. Those who trade Boom 1000, you will be happy with this kind of a sell. This one, I told you, it's having low liquidity, low momentum, so it's a no-go. Don't waste your time on it. We still want it to reach here, though. So the sale is still on, but it is very slow, so I don't trade slow markets. You rather leave it. This, we know it's going to get us right up there, and then you can look for sells. So for now, you can either look for a buy to push you up there, or wait for a sell when it gets all the way up there. The reason being, we are looking for sells from that very resistance level up there. All right, leave it on M15. V75. V75, I entered a sell, remember, but I told you there's an opportunity to enter a sell again when it makes a retest right up there, because it made some conference right here, some resistance right here. So that is what is happening. My first entry was here, and then I'm in a floating loss, but I know I'm going to make another entry very soon that will push me again into sales. So it's likely to come here, then I can look for another entry for the sell. This is on V75. Jump 50. All right, I think we're about to sell it. When price reacts to that, then we will be looking for the sell, and I think it has reacted to it. I don't think we wait for this candle to close. Okay, it has closed now, so I think we have a sell. I think we do have a sell on jump 50. This sell is just going to be bringing us right here or to the trend line. So let's go to M5. Are we ready to sell this? Not really. M1 is also not ready, so we can wait and get a sniper entry on M5 and M1. That's where we're going to get the entry from and be able to sell this, so that you don't have to risk to have a big stop loss. So you can time it on M1 and M5 to get a sniper entry to make that scalp sell to this order block on M15 and move out and wait for the buy entry to take you all the way up. That is on jump 50. Jump 25, we will be looking for this kind of sell, but I told you can leave this asset it's not worth the risk. So but if you have your money and you love scalping, then you can keep scalping it between this level and this other level as you make your money. Jump 10, I've entered a buy. I want a buy to take me all the way up there, but I'm currently in floating losses for some reason. Yeah, but I'm not going to extend my stop loss. I'm holding my stop loss because I don't see any point of interest why it will come back to take me out, unless if the deriv is tracking where my stop loss is to take me out. But apart from that, there's no reason why it is going to come down here to take me out. So I will keep locking my buys in to look for that move to reach there. I think that's it for today. Let me wish you guys a good day. The current ad you're seeing is for the mentorship program. You can register and be part of the July mentorship class if you want to learn how to trade and analyze like me. And if you want to join the VIP signals, you can still WhatsApp me or inbox me, or and we look at you signing up, subscribing for the VIP platform and be able to receive the signals that I send in every other day when we finish analyzing. All right, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you have liked what we've just gone through, the analysis. And if it is your first time to be here, don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. We are not going to be having the BTC analysis today. I have some other urgent meeting that I need to attend. So please don't apologies for those who love the BTC analysis. But on Friday, I believe we will have it. Let me wish you guys a good day. See you tomorrow, same time.